What is up, everybody? It is Brandon, and I hope you all are having a good day, good night, whatever time it is for you. And I'm here, and I'm gonna be telling another story, another trip report, of course. One of my favorite things I like to talk about. I had a lot of experience with psychedelics in my day so far, and there's a couple stories that are worth telling. Let's just say that. So this on this particular day, this was right after I think it was like a couple months or maybe like half a year after like COVID or some shit. After the whole COVID pandemic bullshit, it was around Christmas time, so I think it was like 2021. Yeah, 2021, Christmas time, and we were gonna have a good time. Okay, I was living with my boy Jay, and his sister was also one of the roommates there. So we were splitting rent on this house. It was a good fucking time. And they wanted to go see like Christmas lights, right? And Jay and I were like, hold up. If we're about to go see some Christmas lights and make this into like a fun little trip, we're gonna take some acid, all right? Jay and I we're just like that. He kind of brought it up, and I was like, I'm always down. When he brings something up, I'm like, fuck yeah, well, let's do it, all right? So I think he either took the same amount as I did or slightly less. So we were both on around 600 to 700 UGs of acid. I was on seven, and I think he was either on six or seven. Wasn't very far off of me, just because we're usually on that same wavelength. Anyways, we take our hits, and when you take that much acid, it doesn't take that long for it to really start to hit you. So already at the 30-40 minute mark, we're already coming up pretty hard. All right, I go do my thing in the bathroom. That's usually how I know the come up is here. I have to go to the bathroom. So does Jay. It's like we just both our bodies are very similar. So he goes to use the bathroom. I do my thing. We're coming out of the bathroom at the same fucking time. We like look at each other. And we're like, yeah, it's fucking here. And his sister was gonna be she was gonna be designated driver. She was just smoking weed. She wasn't she. I don't think she really takes like that. I don't think she has taken one till this day. So she wasn't doing anything, but we definitely were. And I think we were just waiting on her boyfriend to get there because he was gonna ride along with us and you know go see some Christmas lights and whatnot. So, anyways, he finally makes it to the house. Jay and I are just listening to music. Obviously, we are rolling up as much as we possibly can, and we're like putting it in like a little Ziploc bag just so that we don't have to. I really don't like having to roll when I'm like tripping too hard. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to roll as much as I possibly can before I'm too gone. All right. And also, it's just annoying because we smoke a lot, like already on a daily basis. So when you're tripping, you really just want to keep fucking smoking weed. At least for myself. I do know people that they either don't like to smoke weed when they're tripping, or they just can't handle it. I don't know, but that's besides the fact. Anyways, I'm a heavy fucking cannabis user, or at least I was at the time. So I definitely like to mix the two. They're fucking amazing. So, anyways, we roll up as much as we can. We're fucking racing to roll. I brought like I don't know if you've ever heard of like this. It's like an electric nectar collector. It's called a terp pen. It's sold by dispensaries. The dispensary I used to work for, they used to sell them. So I had this terp pen, and I brought some THCA diamonds with me. So that's what I was gonna be smacking on and smoking during the ride over. So, and it was a little bit of a ride. At the time, we were living in this little city called Riverview. I think it was Riverview. No, it was Valrico. So, anyways, we were in the Valrico area in Florida, and we were about to head to Lakeland. And if you don't know Florida, the drive from there to Lakeland is about, I'd say it's about 40 to 45 minutes, depending on, traffic and shit. So, on the way over, we are fucking. I think it definitely fully kicked in when we were on the way over. So on the way over, this shit's kicking in. We are smoking in the back. Like me and Jay are in the back, and his sister is driving, and the boyfriend is up front. So we are, we're on the way over there, and oh my god, man! It felt so. I don't know how to. It just felt like I felt like I was like VIP or something. Like I got chauffeurs, motherfucker. Like they're driving me. I'm fucked up to the max. Jay and I are just sparking up, joint after joint. We didn't really smoke blunt. Like we stopped smoking blunts around the same time, just because he had a problem with tobacco, and I really didn't want to smoke tobacco at the time. So it was papers all the way, and dabs. So we're hitting fucking dabs of diamonds in the back. If you've ever hit diamonds, diamonds. Diamonds hit different. I fucking love diamonds. THC diamonds are chef's kiss to that shit. I fucking love diamonds. I think I think it was some wedding cake diamonds at the time. So tasty as fuck. Some cakey diamonds. Hey, it's getting lit. All right. I'm fucking, and mind you, this is no beginner's dose of acid. All right. I'm fucking. I'm looking out like I'm looking outside as the world just like flies past me. And I literally feel like I'm in one of those movies where it's just like the reel, like they're just reeling the I don't know whatever the tape. Like I'm seeing everything fly past me like it's like a fucking movie. It was awesome. So we finally get over to Lakeland, and I don't remember the name, but it was like this it was like a Christmas little carnival like fair thing, right? So Jay and I, right? Jay and I get out the car, and so does his sister and the boyfriend, and we are heading towards. Sorry about that. I had to cut out some shit there. So we're heading towards the entrance, right? And there's some like security, and there's some actual cops there, and immediately, bro, I see the cop, and I look over at Jay. Sorry, at Jay. I look over at Jay, and I could see the look on his face, and he immediately gets that like he just got that feeling. He looks over at me like, and I could just tell. It's just like, oh, he's getting really paranoid, and like his whole demeanor changed. And it's so funny because like when you know, like it's that feeling when you're in public, right, and you're on psychedelics, and like whenever you see authorities or anything, the first thing that pops in your head is like, I'm going to jail. They know I'm tripping. It's over for me. My life's over. That is like the first thing that usually pops in your head. Please comment down below if you've ever had that experience where you're just like in public on psychedelics and you see a cop and you're just like, well, that's it for me. I guess I'm going to jail for the rest of my life because this cop, he knows. He just knows. He's God. He just knows everything, and that's it. I'm fucked. Might as well just go turn myself in, right? But so that's the look he was giving me, and I was like, oh, and I was like, hey, bro, it's cool. Like, trust me, we're good. And he's like, I know, but it just feels weird. And I'm like, hey, it's cool, man. We're gonna get our tickets. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna we're just gonna have a little time there. We're gone right now. Let's look at some lights and enjoy the experience, right? So we head on in, and it's going like after we got past the cops and everything, like he kind of calmed down again, and we're all good. But he for a moment, for a moment, it was a little sketchy, man. I felt bad for him because I could see that he just gets this. Jay always is usually really optimistic, right? He's usually funny as hell. He's always cracking jokes, but when he gets in that mode, like the whole facial expressions just change, and for some reason it fucking kills me when I see his face change like that. I'm sorry, man. It's hilarious. So, yeah, we get in there and we went to go do this. Bro, we did the stupidest. It was like a fucking maze, right? It's like a maze that like literally everyone failed. No one won the maze. You start walking and then there's like it's lights, right? Like there are like little lights in the ground that you have to follow, but you have to like get out the maze or like you know if you just keep going, I don't know how to explain this, but it's the stupidest maze setup I've ever seen in my life, right? I look over and I'm watching people like do the dumbest shit, like, but here's the weird part, right? No one was in the maze. Okay, we look over at this light maze and no one's in it because you can see through the whole thing because like the lights are like on this, they're like formed around this like barrier that's only like 2 feet high, so you can see over everything. You know what I mean? But you just can't tell, you know, which way is which, even though like you know it's not like a wall high like maze and you can't see through it. You know what I mean? It's just confusing, and especially when you're on fucking psychedelics, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, so you're literally just taking the path, right? Like there was a path that just goes around the whole border and it takes you out, and you literally fail the maze. You don't get to like the prize or whatever. So, but the weird thing is there was no one in the maze when we went in it. But as soon as we went in the maze, we turned back around, and now there's a whole line of people following us. You know, like that saying, like monkey see, monkey do. It was like no one really cared for the maze until they saw someone go in the maze, and like, all right, fuck it, let's just try this too. Oh shit! Oh my god! But it really fucked with me because now I'm like, I got that like social anxiety where I'm like, oh shit, like this is not my group, and they're all like following me. Like it was weird, right? So, but through the maze, right? We're going through this maze, and my boy Jay, he loves the Gators, right? And he was wearing a Gators jersey. And in the maze, I guess some dude behind him was like talking. He was just talking shit about the Gators because he saw, you know, him wearing the jersey. And my boy Jay's not a small dude. Like he's like 6'2", like 250 or 260. Like he's not a little dude, right? Like he's probably the last person you really want to pick a fight with. Like I wouldn't fuck with the guy. He's got that look on his face too, like you know the beard and everything, like fucking eyes that are like fucking kill you, motherfucker. Like he's just not someone that you just would want to pick a fight with off rip just based off looks. So, but this motherfucker, he's just talking shit. And I'm really glad my boy Jay had his mentality in check because this could have got bad like real fast. Like you're on psychedelic, like your senses and emotions are like quite heightened, right? You're just prone to I don't know how to you react differently when you're on these psychedelics, and little things can trigger you, especially when you're in a social setting and you're just like shit talking someone and listen, he loves the Gators. Like he's been a fan since he was a little kid. I'm telling you, he's lived here his whole life. He loves the Gators. He's been a fan of the Gators before. I don't know if it was before through thick and thin. You know, even when Tebow was smashing the game. You know, he's been a fan. He's never given up on the Gators, and I don't think he ever will. So to be talking a shit about the team like that he loves while he's wearing the jersey, like he knows you talk like it's pretty clear, like it's obvious as fuck. Like you can pick up on that really quickly. You know, I don't know why the kid was talking shit, but he's probably just an immature little fucking bitch. You know, but he didn't. The thing is, he didn't look like the dude that was talking shit. He was at least like 20 or 21. Like, bro, grow the fuck up, man. But besides, let me not get into that. Anyways, so after that situation, you know, John's like, bro, fuck that kid. We need to get away from him. Let's go. Let's go into this haunted house. You know, there was like a little Christmas haunted house, right? And oh man, this is where things got really. I didn't like this. Okay, there was a line, right? But to get to the line, there was like it like zigzags and shit, and it's literally pointless to do that. So everyone just started cutting, right? Like going underneath the ropes and shit, like to get to where the line actually was. And when you go to walk up to it, right? Like for some reason, everyone just stares at you. And when everyone is staring at you on psychedelics, like, bro, that shit, it freaks me out. It makes me want to start punching people in the face. Like, I don't, stop staring at me. Like, don't fucking stare at me, especially when I'm on acid. You're making me want to break your fucking face. I don't want to go to jail again. Jail sucks. But anyways, so they all cut to the line, right? And like you could tell people are like bickering, people are like and like, bro, that shit is annoying. Like just a bunch of little fucking I don't want to say it. Just a bunch of little idiots, right? Even adults, they're all the fucking little. They're literally kids in adult bodies, just like bickering about the smallest little shit. Like, why did we walk through the line and they just get cut through the fucking underneath the room? Karen, go fuck yourself, alright? It's not that big a deal. You still have the same spot in the line. It doesn't matter. Everyone cut to the back of the line. No one's cutting in front of you. Everyone is just cutting to the back of the line. Do you understand? I hope you understand that. You know what I mean? Like, stupid as fuck. But regardless, it was right after that little situation. I felt so, oh man, that pissed me off. So I wasn't in the best of mood after that, but literally 5 minutes after that, there was like this machine that was like shooting bubbles and shit. So the bubbles made me happy. I like bubbles, you know. Bubbles are cool, and they're like shooting stuff, and it was hilarious, right? Because every 5 minutes, this bubble machine would go off, right, and it would like shower these girls in bubbles. So, and these girls are like, they did not want bubbles in their hair, okay? She worked real hard on that do, girl. She was working on that shit before she came here, alright? So she don't want bubbles up in there, and she was getting pissed. You could just tell on her face, like every time this bubble machine would go off, it would just soak this girl, and her face would be like, she just wanted to fucking kill shit. It was fucking great. So yeah, so finally we get through this long, bro. It literally took probably an hour to get through this line, right? And once I get to once we're about to head into the haunted house, right? I felt so bad because there was this girl that was like, you know, that would let you into the haunted house. Like she would let one person in, they would like go 30 seconds or whatever, and then she would let the next person in. And I felt bad because the people that didn't throw their shit out, like I guess we were supposed to, I didn't know. I thought there was I thought I could go through because it was like a water bottle with like a cap on. You know what I mean? So I get to the front of the line, and like she was pretty cute. You know, there was like this cute girl. She's at the front of the line. I felt so bad because like she was like, you can't take that in there, and I was like, where do you want me to throw it out? Like, is there a garbage can over here? And she's like, nah, just. And I could tell when she said it, she was like, nah, just throw it on the ground. I'll take it, you know, later. And I felt so bad, man. I was like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to make you throw out my trash. I feel like an asshole. Like that. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like shit because I'm like, I don't want to make you throw out my trash. I didn't know I couldn't get in there with it. So I feel things to like 100%, especially when I'm on these psychedelics. Now, I just felt really bad that she was gonna have to throw out my trash. So like I don't like littering at all. I don't want to say hate, but you know, because I don't hate anything. Hate is a very it's not in my vocabulary. I don't use the word hate unless, you know, I feel like hate comes with like murder and fucking, you know, killing and shit like that. Like I don't hate anything. That's not good. But regardless, I'm gonna get back to this. I'm sorry, I go on my tangents. I know ADD. So I throw the bottle on the floor, and I like just felt really bad, and it was just awkward because I'm making this poor girl throw out my fucking trash. So, anyways, we go into this haunted house, and I'm usually really good with haunted houses, right? But I've never been into a haunted house on acid. That's a fucking game changer, right? Like people are popping out around like the corner with like chainsaws, and like I'm fucking terrified. And of course, like the group I went, like the four of us that went in, right? Like they put me in the front because I'm just like, whatever, like let's do this shit. I think they all see me as like the not really scared of anything because of all the fucking psychedelics and shit I do. But when I got in this fucking house, it kind of changed. I was like, oh shit, bro! It brought like flashbacks of like when I was like 5 years old, and they took me to like Halloween Horror Nights, and I was PTSD from that. But shit was fucking scary. Like this little bullshit, probably $50 haunted house that was, that's probably what it took to make it. um, they got my ass pretty good. Now, like I was speed. I didn't run because I know how they work. If you run, they chase. I'm like, I'm just gonna power walk through it. I'm like, literally, people are popping out, and I'm like, I don't know where to go. Where do I go? Like the look to the actors, the people that were working there, like popping out, scaring me, and I'm like, where do I go next? I don't know. Like this way, that way, and they would like be pointing, like they would tell me to like go some way or like try and like push me towards it. It was a fucking experience in itself, right? So anyways, finally, after we got out of this haunted house and we waited in a damn line, and all this shit happened, that was about it for me. No more fucking haunted house. I'm not doing that anymore, okay? That's, I don't think I'll ever do that again. I don't think I'll ever go to Halloween Horror Nights or, how any of these haunted places on acid. That's just not, I didn't know we were gonna do that. I thought we were just gonna go see Christmas lights. And finally, after this, there was like a lot of lights and shit after the haunted house. We were able to see a lot of lights, and we left so we leave this little Christmas carnival place, and we head over to, I don't know where it was, right? But look, we're in the back seat. We have no control over what's happening, and the sister is driving, so and she, this I don't know what is going on with sister when she drives, but she drives fast as fuck, boy. Like I thought we were gonna get pulled over because she was literally doing like 65 and a 35, like 70 and a 40. Like I'm like, oh my god, please slow down. We have weed in the car. Like doesn't matter if we have medical cards or anything. Like this might not be a good thing. All right, there's way too much going on in here, and the last thing we want is to be pulled over while we're in this state of mind. So that was a wild little experience. After that, we just went to like rich ass neighborhoods and just looked at lights and shit. And there were a couple of spots where they literally would just set up a whole bunch of lights, and you were able to like literally take your car and drive through like a path that just had lights with like all over the trees and all over the palm trees and all over houses, and houses built out of lights, like not actual houses, but like they built lighthouses and shit. So it was so fucking awesome. Like after the whole ordeal, the Christmas haunted mansion and shit, like things got better. We got into the car, started smoking diamonds, smoking joints, flying through the lights and shit. So it was a good time. And this story is getting a little long, so yeah, that's pretty much it for the story. After all the lights, we just went back home and fucking smoked our asses off, and I think we walked to the park and sat on top of like this like jungle gym and just watched the stars. Like that's always how I love to end my trips. If I can always end my trips just on top of some sort of fucking obstacle, looking at the stars, smoking some weed, I'm satisfied. All right, that sounds like a good time to me. No trouble, all good vibes and whatnot. So yeah, that's the story for today. Thank you all for listening. I do apologize for it being a little bit long, but hey, enjoy what you can. I really hope you all have a good one, and of course, I will catch you in the next one.